This is Wild Chronicles. I'm Boyd Matson. It is an image that in many ways defines America. A herd of wild bison thundering across the plains. When Americans first started moving west, there were 40 million of these massive beasts in the wild. Perhaps one of the largest single groups of animals the world has ever known.
Lewis and Clark wrote that it cloaked the landscape. It just absolutely covered the landscape. In certain other parts of the West, other explorers talked about the landscape being blackened with so many bison on the land.
By 1883, they were all gone. Within decades, millions wiped out by hunters.
Across the Great Plains, there were an estimated 30 to 60 million bison.
Fortunately, conservationists managed to save a few hundred in captivity. And all 500,000 bison alive today are descendants of those few survivors. Now the American bison are imperiled once again. More than 90% of all bison today are being raised commercially, and those herds are almost all crossbred with cattle. Many of the remaining purebred bison are threatened by free-ranging diseases. In fact, it's believed there's only one completely healthy, purebred herd left in the world. Here at Wind Cave National Park in western South Dakota. Almost every year, park officials round up the approximately 400 animals.
One's coming!
To be tested and vaccinated. These hairy creatures may look clumsy, but they can outrun most horses. Choppers have to be brought in to herd them into the corral. This year, 16 animals are pulled out for a major new conservation effort by the World Wildlife Fund and the American Prairie Restoration Project. They'll be shipped to Montana to start a new, genetically pure herd of healthy buffalo. Conservationist Scott Laird hopes that someday there will again be herds of purebred wild bison roaming this prairie, much as they did when the explorers Lewis and Clark passed through here 2 centuries ago.
If you look at Lewis and Clark journals, we have written proof that there were tens of thousands of bison and other species of wildlife inhabiting this part of the prairie. And we hope that this project can rebuild a portion of that, and that people will be able to come see what was once here and see it again in modern day.
The 16 buffaloes are placed in temporary quarantine. The conservation groups hope to obtain a total of 50 of these healthy, purebred bison over 3 years. The animals will be the foundation of a herd that could eventually include hundreds of animals, roaming across a ranch owned by the conservation group and into public parkland. Fortunately, bison breed quickly when given a chance, so the herd is expected to thrive. Finally, it's time to release the animals into their new home.
Let's line up, we'll be quiet, and we'll see what happens, okay?
I'm ready.
Look at that, there you go.
Bystanders are thrilled.
Nobody has seen this for 120 years.
1885. The last of the buffalo on the wild prairie out here.
The bison look healthy and content.
Those calves are so much fatter than when we came. I think they're just standing there just eating 24 hours a day.
For this chunk of land, we fully expect that there will be bison forever on this property for the next several hundred years, and that we will return it to what it looked like when Lewis and Clark came through here 200 years ago.
A symbol of America is back on the prairie, a small vanguard that may help a purebred species survive. They've been given a home where the buffalo roam once again.